Oh yeah, we back with another episode of The Twisted T2, baby. And if you missed yesterday's episode, let's just say we was talking about how a gentleman warned his lady that her best friend, who was a male, was a little suspect for her. And well, if you want to know how that went, because she didn't believe him. Oh no, because they were friends first. She ain't believe him. If you want to know how that went, oh wait, because it got juicy, go ahead, check out the other episode. It'll be listed at the end of this. And well, for today's episode, look, if you're cheating and reading the screen, it already says the person out here throw a hubby threesome wants to know if they are the asshole for not having another threesome with their husband because he was upset the last time when she carried on when he finished. Oh yeah, it's spicy out here today. Woo. Let's get into it. I, a 35-year-old female, have been with my husband for 41 years. Shit. For 15 years. The husband's 41. And, well, they've been together throughout the entirety of that relationship. Okay? He would maybe ask about 5 times a year if they could have a threesome. Yeah, the whole time. With another man. And how much he liked spit roast. He would mention that. Now, she wasn't against it. She's done it before, she said, and found that, well, it's not as coordinated as porn, and it felt awkward. When we have sex sometimes, we sometimes talk dirty about it, and we've watched porn together. A few months ago, something happened in our lives that made me think, well, we only live once. I'll do it for him. As that's something that he's always asked. So we took some pictures. We posted them up. Looked around on these special sharing my wife sites. Oh yeah, it's getting wild. And spoke to a lot of different men. They met a lot of different people and came up with one person in particular named Martin. Oh yeah, Martin. And well, they thought that was going to be a great decision for all three. A few nights later, he came around and well, we all went to bed and had a great time. Oh yeah, that's right. Her, him, and Martin. The husband, Martin, and her had a great time. My husband, her husband, had made sure to release himself about 1 hour before Martin could even get there. That's right. So that he wouldn't be too excited and he could last longer than Martin. When we all went downstairs and sat in the living room while I prepared some food, within an hour, we were at it again. Bang. And this time, my husband, oh yeah, finished first while I was riding Martin off in the sunset over there on the sofa. He went and sat in the armchair. Had that look over off in the corner at me. Then he had brought out his phone. I asked him, what are you doing? He said, I'm filming you. I don't want you to forget this, baby. So I carried on. I hummed it up a little bit, bang, bang, put it down on Martin. Within 5 minutes, Martin was tapping out. He finished too. I went for a bath. Martin and my husband were playing FIFA, kicking it on the Xbox. They did that till 2 a.m. The next day, I asked my husband if it was as good as he was hoping for. Did you like it, baby? Thinking he would say, yeah, baby, I love that. Instead, he said, nah. You shouldn't have carried on when I finished. That's right. He said I shouldn't have carried on after he finished. I said that would have been so unfair on Martin. Plus, he said you were filming it. So since you said you were filming it, I thought you was enjoying it. My husband said he was filming it. He wasn't. He just made that up. He was just telling me that. I said if that was one of your rules, then we should have communicated about that with both me, you, and Martin before we started having fun. Bang, bang, bang. He said, well, in my fantasies, The other guy always finishes first. And then I go back and I reclaim what's mine. That's right. In his fantasies, the other guy's always finished first, and the husband goes back and reclaims his wife. Bang, bang, bang. By finishing second. I said, well, I'm sorry. It didn't go as planned. But I'm not sorry for carrying on, as I don't think I did anything wrong. Plus, I was having fun. I just wanted to keep on riding that wave. Now, a few months later, look, we've been chilling like nothing even happened. There's been no major effect to our relationship, but I will say that he does keep asking if we could do it again. That's right, another threesome. And I keep flat out telling him no. No, no, no. He says I am being petty for holding his emotions over him. And well, I said he's being petty for his reaction. It's not really a big deal or a serious problem. We truly laugh and joke about it. But we did want to know, in your opinion, am I the asshole? Look, so, no, I don't think you are, all right? Your husband agreed to bring somebody else inside the room. Your husband didn't finish. Well, I mean, you didn't finish. He finished. So, that's on him. Look, our fantasies don't always work out the way that they play out in your head, okay? That's just part of life, all right? And I guess it's a good thing that this hasn't truly ruined the relationship, right? And that you all do continue to do it, consistently, like you said, all the time, all right? So it's a good thing, right? You said we still have sex on a nightly basis, but he's still asking again. So I'm glad you all still keep up with yourselves, but I will say that, boy, look, how you gonna be so dumb to know that you ain't popping no pillars, right? You ain't hitting no others. You wasn't gonna stick it out longer than Martin. Now listen, Martin came over the house with one goal and one intention in mind. And he said, I'm gonna make sure I last longer than the house owner. Okay, I'm about to live in this. Okay, he seen y'all's house. He said, I'm about to be here. This is it. My new home. Cha-cha. So, all right, Martin's probably a professional filler. He probably goes around from relationship to relationship, filling that void for people. So what makes you think he didn't do it an hour before he got there? You know he did. Don't be ready. Don't be ready. All right? So, look, that's on you, okay? You're going with expectations, and now your feelings is hurt. And honestly, I think that you as the wife don't want to have to redo it, like you said, because you don't want to have to hear it, because you know you're going to have to feel some type of way about it. Because the likelihood of him lasting longer than everybody else is slim anyway, and you know that. So, what's this say? Cuck around and find out. Take my poor man's trophy. Did you enjoy it? See, this reads like your husband is objectifying you so hard. You write about him having fun and the other guy having fun, but not one word about how you felt. You serviced both of those men. Then you cooked for them. Then you serviced them again. And your husband lies to you, and then he blames you. That's exactly my take on it. The hubby got off, chow, on the whole thing, treating his wife like a blow-up doll. Then pouted when his fantasy didn't go his way and wanted to pack up his toys and tell little Timmy Tim to go home. Martin, get out. You're not playing fair. You lasted longer than me. I'm honestly so distracted, being pissed off that she would cook for both of them, that I can't even be mad at her husband is a baby. Oh yeah, these are the comments. I was thinking, that too. At no point does she mention when she came. I assumed if the title she kept going with another person was basically to get off in her satisfaction, but the story reads like you was just trying to get off Martin too. I guess I can't think. Maybe she should have said she was being selfish in that moment, but she didn't. She wasn't being selfish. Not the A. But if you play with fire, he needs to prepare to get burned. This man assumed he could outlast an unknowing guy in a contest to whom would come first and got butthole he lost. I told you, Martin probably be in other people's houses doing this on the regular. Hit the, pop one, came in on 2 pills and a blunt, whatever. It was golden. Here is the thing. Even if he made that rule, I wouldn't agree to it in the first place for the very simple reason. Agreeing to it would mean him finishing first would leave you and the other party horny and unsatisfied. I don't think that is the purpose of this whole thing. Cause he finishes and then what? Night night? You are to stop mid-ride, mid-grind. No. Other party should just end with, and both of you should just dress up. I don't think so. That's crazy. Until he comes up with a better way to deal with his insecurities and inappropriately through, well, his fantasies, stick to saying no, not the A. No, I think you're doing the right thing, honestly. I mean, I think that it's a slippery slope. You don't want, like I said, you don't want to play with his feelings, and you know you're going to keep riding when he finishes. So it's going to be a slippery slope. I think you're doing the right thing. Not the A. If you don't want to do it again, you shouldn't. And he shouldn't be pressuring you either. Just explain to him that his reaction after totally ruined the experience, and therefore you're not willing to do it again. Personally, I don't understand why he wanted to do it again if he was so unhappy about it. I've noticed you've mentioned the men finishing, but not yourself. Are you telling me that with 2 dudes you still weren't brought to the finish line? Then your husband sounds like a selfish loser. He pressures you into this, posts pictures of you, then gets offended that he can't control his load. Dude should have slowed down before it got to that point. Oh well. Then it sounds like you were having sex with Martin when he finished. So it sounds like it's entirely his fault. He finished so soon. Not the A, but I'd really take the rose-colored glasses off and start spotting the red flags. Oh, wow. Okay, that person seems to think there's some red flags in their relationship. As a man with firmly extensive experience in the world of swinging and dozens of threesomes under my belt, he said he wear a crown for that. Oh, wee! I have to say, it sounds like your husband has a few emotional issues he needs to deal with before the two of you can safely and successfully move forward with activities like this. I have met and played, this sounds like a real professional swinger now, overall flounder. I have met and played with many couples, several becoming very good friends afterwards. Oh yeah, bzzz. And the only ones that are successful are the ones who are able to completely leave jealousy at the door. That's it. He is going to keep asking about it because it turns him on. See, the fantasy is not lining up with the reality. He isn't considering you at all. He needs to understand that women enjoy sex as much as men. And 2, if he can't separate his emotions from sex, then bringing in an extra person into the bedroom isn't for him. That it is simple. It's that simple. It will only cause problems, either during the act or later on. I've seen threesomes bring marriage couples closer together and reunite the passion in a marriage. And I've also seen it completely destroy marriage and end it, causing divorce. It is 100% dependent on the emotional maturity of those involved. And if you cannot separate emotions from sex completely, then it is not a good idea. Whew. And with that being said, I think that's some good advice. All right. I think that person's hit that T on the nail. Other than the one before that told us, you might want to spot the red flags. Although you all are having fun, he is being a little insecure about it. I'll say you keep yourself right there where you are and don't move any further until he can figure out how to basically control his emotions, which I don't think he'll be able to do unless he pops a pill before that. This is, and I will need to have, this, and I'll add, he needs to leave his jealousy and insecurities at the door. My bet is not only that he fails to do that and reclaim that. Yeah, man, we get it. He set rules after it's done. No, thank you. How funny is it about him and Martin finishing, but it's clear that he didn't care if you finished. Your message, your husband should just fuck Martin since he's obsessed, whether Martin finishes before him. They were sitting there playing FIFA after 2. Yeah, man, we can live like this. Yeah. You want to help me pay someone a rent? All right, and with that being said, we're going to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning into an episode of the Twisted T2, where we over here talking about this wildness, okay? We wanted to get into whether or not this lady felt like she was the a-hole because, well, her husband finished before her and the other person that they brought into the room, and she kept riding that thing off into the sunset. And, well, let's just say he wasn't happy afterwards. So, as we came, conclusion, real quick, Jerry Springer style, she ain't the A. But we want you to go ahead and keep your head on a swivel, because not everybody out there is for your best interest, okay? And with that being said, we out of here. Peace out. Enjoy your day.